Hi, my name is Alexander Mora, founder of the Love Story Foundation. In this time of coronavirus and all of us being locked down and being quarantined, I'm reminded of how easily our minds can get distracted about what's going on around us in our own lives. There's a sense of, without wanting to say it, selfishness instead of selflessness that's happening. But I'm reminded by a story of a friend of mine, Mahesh from Precious Gospel Ministries in India, that he shared with me not too long ago about a family who, because you see in India, you make between $8 and $15 a day. And every time you finish working, you get to go and buy the food and the necessities for that day. And now that they're in lockdown and quarantine, he told me about a story of a family that committed suicide out of desperation, because when the parents knew that they couldn't feed their children, they would rather die than see their family starve to death, is how desperate the situation is. And that really broke my heart, and it reminded me about what Love Story is here to do and what we as people are here to do, and that's care for others when a situation is brought before us. So I'm going to show you part of my conversation with Mahesh, and then what we kind of want to do, and how I'm praying that maybe you can pray and see how you can be a part of this. So here's the conversation I had with Mahesh on some of that.
Yeah. Start. Tell me about the family, how much they make in a day, how the lockdown affects them, and then again tell me about how this family was so desperate they committed suicide. If you could just share that with me.
They have no food to eat. So children are crying. In the old age, their parents are weeping about some medical health issues. So the family committed suicide. That situation here, my heart is broken.
So, you're already dealing with an orphanage, and you're already having problems with the orphanage. And in the middle of that, your heart is breaking for these other families in the slum villages that don't have food either. So, not that you shouldn't, but you're not only focusing on your own problems with your own orphanage and your own beautiful children, but your heart is breaking for these other families in these slum villages. And to hear that story of a family who committed suicide because they were so desperate, and that's kind of where your heart is, that you want to feed. You've already fed 300 homeless people. So what is the plan for these families in these slum villages? If we can help, if Love Story can help come alongside you to raise funds or raise some money, what is the plan to do for these families? Is to give them, what is it? To give them rice, to give them flour? What are we trying to do? What are you trying to do that we can help these families with?
Yeah, I'm prayerfully wants to have plan. The Indian government gave me the permission to distribute something, and by the grace of God, I got a permission. They didn't eat one day because they told me they also know the situation. They told me and requesting, they requesting to me, you don't eat today. You can use this food to homeless, because that is the great heart God gave to them.
Wow.
Children didn't eat a full day.
And so as you can see, that is so sad. The situation, just like anywhere else, I know there's need all over the world, but God brings before us certain things, and it's up to us if we're going to be a part of them. And I know right now that Love Story is supposed to help Mahesh and his broken heart. He's got an orphanage. He's got an orphanage to worry about. He told me, you heard there, that his own kids in the orphanage said, let's not eat today. So it's not like they had extra. It's like, we're not going to eat today so that food can be used for some of these families that are in need. How could we not be a part of this? How could I not be a part of this? So I want you to pray. I want you to pray about just one thing. If God is leading you to be a part of this, as you heard Mahesh, it's $1 per person, $1 per person per day. So a family of four is $4 for a whole, to be able to eat for a whole day. And we're trying to feed the people on lockdown for a month. So pray. If God puts in your heart to be a part of this, there's going to be a link where you can click and you can donate. And 100% of the proceeds that everybody gives towards this will go towards buying this food for an entire month, where we can show up to these families, to these homeless people, to the most needy in this area where the desperation is high, and we can help feed them, so that they don't have to come to the point of desperation where they know they're going to starve and commit suicide. Again, I know there's so much need everywhere, and it can turn into analysis paralysis on, well, I can't help everybody. No, but you can help right now. You can help in this situation. And so this is a call to pray and say, you know what? I'm going to give $5. That's 5 people for a day. They get to eat in a time when they're so desperate. They know there is no food because they can't go to work.